Hello everybody, welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. Thank you for joining me. I've got my book, I've got some talking points here, I've got a few stats as well. Thank you for joining me. If you have been here so far, then thank you so much. This is the third time I think we're doing this now. I've started to see myself on the computer. I know, I saw a comment here, Abhimanyu Singh. Anyone else getting vibes of the Carabao Cup draw? Yeah, every single week I'm doing this from, well, I've done this from 3 different locations now, and it's petrifying just getting up the stream. So, for that alone, do me a favour, people. Hit that like button for me and get your thoughts on the 10 games that have happened so far in the Premier League. Let me open up my book because I've got so many talking points to go through this weekend. Let me know the reviews. Here's a few things for you guys to do to start off. Stay switched on to the comments because I'm going to be asking you questions and I want to know what you think about basically everything in the Premier League so far, especially this weekend. And as we're 10 games in, I think it's a good time to review both how your team will be doing and the season as a whole. So let me know what you think of your team so far this season. How do you rate your team? What's been the biggest shock? Who's been your player of the season so far? I know it's only 10 games, but let me know what you think. Arsenal, back to winning ways. Khalid Jammer, yeah, let's give out some shout-outs straight away. Khalid Jammer, James, give me a shout-out, not a problem. Stephen Murph, James, just tell us how Flav smells. He smells incredible. It's honestly, it's surprising. You wouldn't think it with that beard, but I think he conditions it or something. Doran's Lie, Ronak Perek, Master Miller, Khalid Jammer, hello, all of you. Right, so what I want to talk about today is, well, your team. I mean, we're going to be talking about Man United versus Spurs. Everton fans, I need to hear from you guys. What is going on at your club? Another defeat there. Losing to Leicester, it was poor. It wasn't nearly good enough from Everton. And I just want to know, are you improving in any way, shape or form, Everton? Under David Unsworth, a lot of people were getting angry at me on a social club when I was saying, I'm not sure if this guy is kind of ready for it yet. But you looked at that team and I could understand what he was trying to do. But let me know your thoughts on the game itself. 2-0 against Leicester away. You didn't look solid. You got done on a counter-attack. It was poor. It was poor. And can you see any improvements there at all? Let me know. Let's go back first. Let's talk about Man United versus Spurs. Jose Mourinho up to his old tricks again. Now, there's some interesting thoughts here because United have played Liverpool and Spurs. They've got Chelsea next week. Another tough game. Of course, they've got Man City down the line. But after 10 games, you've got to be very, very happy with that. Despite the performances on occasion, you've played guys and you've whipped guys, but they've been teams that have been struggling. But in those games, and I've been quick to call out Jose Mourinho, I still think, my gut suggests that he's going to get found out sooner or later. I can't see this negative style of play working for him long term. That said, they've got 4 points out of the Liverpool and Spurs games. That's pretty good, especially when one of those is away from home. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think Jose Mourinho is going to get caught out? Here we go. First poll. Will Man United finish in the top 2 this season? I'm going to look at the comments. What I want you to do, Y for yes, N for no. Let me know your thoughts. Will Man United finish in the top 2 this season? And if not, or if so, then let me know as well and I'll get into the comments. Let's have a look at the comments right now before we get into it. Irfan 3D, United are boring as fuck. Anthony Martial, super sub again, says Gary Wells. Yeah, let's talk about Martial. We'll do that in a second. Marching on together. QPR got the result of the weekend. My boys, Queen's Park Rangers, winning 2-1 at home. I was at the game. I did an Instagram story and got the goal, which was good. I only did a couple in the game because I don't want to be vlogging too much during the game. But I was a very, very happy man. Wolves look like a decent side this season. I think they'll probably go up this season. And I'll talk about the Championship at the end of this show. But let's get back to the Premier League and let's see what you think. So, yes or no? I'm going into the comments now. This is good. We've got Y's and no's. I'm going to say that you have said it's a pretty even spread here. to be honest. Feels like it's 50-50 at the moment. Get voting now, yes or no. I'll give it another 20 or 30 seconds. Will Man United finish in the top 2? Let me know. Whilst you're waiting for the results of that poll, hit that like button for me. And if you're new and you're enjoying this and you want to get involved every single weekend, Sunday, 6 p.m, Sunday Breakdown. It's the show you want to get involved in. So hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out next Sunday. Ahmed, I can see what you're doing, mate. That feels like a little bit of spam in there, a lot of yeses there. But and then the no's on the other side, it really is 50-50. Let's talk about Martial. Came on, scored the goal. He's doing brilliantly this season. Is he the new Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for Man United? He would get in most teams in the Premier League, yet he doesn't seem to be able to do it for Man United. Now, I think he's a cracking player. And I think he's good enough to be starting. He's frightening as a substitute. And that trump card that Mourinho has been able to pull out the bag. Of course, let's look at the game as well, actually. Spurs were better. They were the better team. I don't care what anyone says. And this isn't a Southern thing. This isn't because Flav is my boy. They were the better side. If you look at the stats, they've got all the better stats. Yet they were missing Harry Kane. Look, they're not a one-man team, but you miss out on a play like that, you're going to be less clinical. And so on this occasion, it played into Mourinho's hands. But if you ask me, I still think, this is what I'm saying, okay? I'm going to final look in a sec. John Gorney saying, James, you're on crack. Fair enough. I don't think I'm looking good for it if I'm on crack. Overall, in the poll, it is 50-50. It is 50-50 to be fair. Arfan 3D, Martial needs to move clubs and be the #1 striker somewhere. He's an absolute baller. I Love Footy saying United had the much better chances. Lukaku obviously hit the post. Yeah, I think you're right actually. You probably did have the better chances, but who was the better team? Who was playing better football? I just think Spurs were better, and I think they'll be better at the end of the season. I think at the moment they'll finish above Man United. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Ali missing a sitter as well, which is a good comment there. Let's move on to Spurs then. Pochettino, a lot of this chat about him not winning a trophy and how that's going to be a big thing in the long run. What's an incredible stat, and I would love to know what Spurs fans think, so this is your chance now, Spurs, I'll go into the comments in a second, is the fact that you've got 162 points. It's a great stat. It was on Sky Sports. It was saying how you've got more points, you've got 12 more points than any other team over the last 2 seasons, I think it is, something like that, yet you haven't won anything yet. Is this a nearly side? Are you worried, Spurs fans? Because look, Man City look great. They look so good. And are you worried that you're going to miss the boat here and not win anything? Because you've gone out of the League Cup, it's disappointing. Back-to-back defeats for the first time in a long time for Pochettino. Are you a little bit worried as a Spurs fan? Let me know. I still think you've got a great side there, but is it just one of those? Are you a nearly team? Let me know. Let's move on to Arsenal. We will get on to Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, and any team that you want me to talk about. Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button whilst you're there. Let's talk about Arsenal, because a lot of cojones chat over the last few weeks. But in 3 games this week, every single game is a great stat on them. They have come back from a losing position. A big thing with Arsenal is the fact that there's a feeling that they don't have any mental strength. Now, the next game for them is probably the big challenge. So this is the question now. So as I said, I told you I was going to be going big on the polls. So let me know, yes or no. Yes or no. Arsenal playing Man City next week. Do they have the quality or the mental strength to win that game? Yes, if you think yes. Y if you think yes. N if you think no. Quick poll. Go. Go right now. I want to know. Do you actually think that anyone can stop Man City? They're incredible stats here. Man City, 78% possession yesterday against West Brom. In the last 8 games that they've played, 32 goals to 5 on aggregate. This team is frightening. So let me know, yes or no. We'll go into the comments, and whilst you guys are voting away. Arfan3D, I keep seeing your name. I'm going to read you out again. Arsenal to shock everyone and get a result at City. Chris Pasquetz, sorry if I got that wrong, man. Same old Arsenal, have a poor set of results, then some good ones. Repeat. Gary Wells, lucky Arsenal as usual. What else there? Please talk about Man City. I'm going to talk about them in a second, guys. Wilson Ijuan. Arsenal were very unconvincing against grounded out a result. 3 points is the most important thing. Absolutely. This is an interesting one. You played Swansea. You should be beating Swansea. No doubt about that, of course. But you've won 3 games from coming from behind. When can Arsenal fans give Arsene Wenger and the team a little bit of credit? I thought he played well yesterday. I thought, from what I saw, of course I wasn't at the game, but what I saw from Match of the Day, you look at the stats. First half, they've got an early goal, and that's impressive on their part, and they'll be disappointed that they couldn't hold on. But Arsenal were too good for them in the end. Ozil, amazing stat from him. What are your thoughts on Ozil? He's created 30 opportunities. 30 chances this season. That is the top in the league. That is the same as Kevin De Bruyne, yet we continue to give Ozil stick. Is he actually just one of those players who kind of, because he's not got the hustle and bustle, that he doesn't get the credit he deserves? He's a guy who's, again, played well yesterday from all reports and all accounts. Is he going to be the difference? I guess this is another one for you. Let me know. Yes or no. Do you expect Ozil to turn up next week? Because I think that's what Arsenal fans will be hoping for. They'll be hoping that this is the thing. Do you judge Arsenal in the big games, or can you judge them throughout the season? Is there any kind of credit that you can give Arsenal when they're playing teams like this, or is it just par for the course? Because I tell you what, if it is, then it's hard. That's hard to kind of get any kind of momentum as a football club if you're not going to give any kind of reward to the fact that Arsenal have won 13 out of 13 in a row at the Emirates. That is an incredible stat. That is really impressive stuff from Arsenal, yet it's all doom and gloom. Are there any people there who've got the balls to go in the comments right now and tell me that Arsenal are a decent football team and that they could do something this season? Do you think... There you go. Here's the poll. Here we go. Because this is the bottom line, right? What's a successful season for Arsenal? I would say top 3 is a very successful season for Arsenal. So, will Arsenal finish in the top 3 this season? Get voting right this second. Let me know. And I'm going to go into the comments in the meantime. Top 3. Can Arsenal finish? Will they finish top 3? Let me know right now. Let's go. Okay. Abdullah Sayed, no, he won't turn up at Man City. Jerry Lol, Ozil is playing great so he can join United. Ozil is superb, says D. Dahl. A phenomenal player and the one that can make Arsenal tick. Marley 17.